If you've reached this point in the video series, I just want to express my appreciation for your dedication and effort. This will be the final video in this series, where we'll make things more pleasant to look at and finalize our chipIn app. Let's get right into it. But why bother with good user interface and user experience? So think about your favorite app, right? And what made you stick with it? Chances are, it wasn't just the functionality, but also the simplicity and smoothness of the user interface. This is why investing time in designing and refining your app's UI UX is critical to user retention and the overall success of your app. So, let's dive in and learn how to make our apps functional, user-friendly, and visually appealing. The first thing we will do is create a palette class. This is to simplify color management and will help us easily integrate consistent colors across different UI components without the need to remember or manually input hexadecimal or RGBA values. So let's create a new folder called Themes and add the palette file. In the description of this YouTube video, click the link indicated as palette so that you can easily copy the inside of the palette class. The primary colors are typically used for main UI elements like buttons. Neutral colors are used for backgrounds, typography, borders, and shadows. Information colors are used for informational messages or indicators. Success colors for success messages or indicators. And warning colors for warning messages or indicators. To ensure consistency in our app, we assign unique color codes to certain variables. These color codes are static and can be accessed by referring to the class name. Now that we have our color palette ready, let's proceed with theming our app. We'll start with the authentication main view. Let's take a look and see what has changed. We improved the appearance of our title, as you can see on our device emulator. The title of the app bar has been modified. It is now a column widget containing multiple text widgets, allowing for a more complex and customized title. The title includes the text chipIn, and below it, there is a row with additional text components powered by Flutter and Upright, each styled differently. The background color of the app bar has been changed to palette.neutral tint. As you can see, we now use the palette class and call the neutral tint instance of the color object. The toolbar height property has been set to 100, making the app bar taller to accommodate the new custom title layout. The selected item color and the unselected item color properties have been set to palette primary 100 and palette neutral 70 respectively. And that is to customize the appearance of the selected and unselected items in the bottom navigation bar. And other than the changes in the app bar and the bottom navigation bar, the rest of the code remains the same. Before proceeding to the login and sign up views, let's go to the My App widget for now. This is going to be quick. So just a review of what the My App widget is. It represents the root widget of the application and it serves as a starting point for building the user interface. The Material app now has a theme property that allows you to define a custom theme for your app. The theme property takes a theme data object and within it, you can specify various aspects of the app's appearance, such as the primary color, color scheme, and the app bar theme. The primary color of the app is set to palette primary 100. The color scheme is updated using the color scheme property of theme data. The secondary color is set to palette primary 200 and the background color is set to palette primary 300. The app bar theme is customized by setting the background color to palette primary 300. So these changes help to maintain consistency in the app's visual appearance by defining a central theme that can be used throughout the application. Great! Let's proceed with the login view. In the updated code for the login view, the following changes have been made. The login with GitHub button has been updated to use the elevated button.icon widget. This allows displaying an icon along with the button label. The font awesome icons.github icon from the font awesome Flutter package is used for the GitHub icon. The style of the login with GitHub button has been customized using the elevated button.styleFrom method. It sets the background color to colors.black, foreground color to colors.white, and gives it a rounded border with a circular radius of 8. The OR text is placed in a row widget with expanded and padding widgets to create a horizontal divider with divider widgets on both sides. This adds a visual separation between the login with GitHub button and the email password fields. The input decoration for the email and password fields has been customized to have a field background with the color palette neutral tint and rounded borders with a circular radius of 8. The border side.none removes the default border around the fields. The style of the login button has been customized using the elevated button.styleFrom method. It sets the background color to palette primary 100 and gives it a rounded border with a circular radius of 8. These changes enhance the visual appearance of the login view, providing a more customized and visually appealing user interface. The use of custom colors, icons, and styling ensures that the elements adhere to the app's defined theme and design. Next, sign up view. The sign-up view has been updated with similar changes as in the login view, including the sign up with GitHub button, where the button is now using the elevated button icon, displaying the GitHub icon alongside the label, so the styling is also updated to match the app's theme. Next, the OR separator. The OR separator with horizontal dividers is added, similar to the login view, and the text form field styling. So the styling for the text input fields like the first name, last name, email, username, password, confirm password is updated, giving them a consistent appearance with rounded borders in the field background. The default borders around the fields are removed. And lastly, the sign up button. The sign up button is customized with appropriate theme colors and rounded borders, consistent with the login view's login button. These changes ensure a consistent and visually appealing user interface for both the login view and sign up view. That's it for the authentication feature of our app. For me, it significantly improves the appearance of the authentication screen. So let's do the same thing for the events feature. Let's get right into it. In the previous video, we already created events after we built our events feature. As you can see in the carousel, we have an overflow issue that we will fix. We will start theming our homepage, and after that, we'll proceed with each view. The background color property of the app bar is updated to use the theme's primary color, ensuring the consistency with the app's design. The selected item color property of the bottom navigation bar is updated to use the theme's primary color, making the selected item's icon and label match the theme. The background color property of the speed dial is updated to use a custom color from the app's palette. With these changes, the homepage now consistently uses the theme's primary color and custom colors from the palette, creating a visually appealing and coherent user interface. That's it for the homepage. This time, let's fix and improve the appearance of the event cards because as you can see by the carousel, there are overflow errors in each event. So, open your event card file. There are 4 aspects of this code that we have updated. Number 1, styling and layout. The card has a pink background color and subtle shadow, making it visually appealing. The top corners of the card image are rounded, enhancing the aesthetics. The event title and join button are horizontally aligned in a row, creating a more compact layout. Secondly, color and icon usage. A custom color palette is introduced for consistent color usage. Icons for time, location, account, and description are colored using the custom color palette. Thirdly, improved text wrapping. Flexible widgets are added for event title and description, ensuring proper text wrapping and removing overflow issues. And lastly, elevated button visibility. The join button is displayed only if show join button is true. That means if the user doesn't create an event, they will see the join event button, but the join button will not be visible if they are the event creator. Overall, our new code offers a cleaner design, better organization, and improved user interface, making the event card widget more visually appealing and user-friendly. When the user clicks on the event card, we know it should route them to the event details screen. So let's make that screen look better as well. The join button is given a custom background color using elevated.dart from, with palette.primary 100. The button text is styled with bold font weight and color palette.neutral 0. The table borders are simplified by setting table border with inside and outside sides set to border side none. The event image is now centered using a center widget, providing a better visual alignment. And lastly, the icons and labels in the table cells are given appropriate color styling from the custom color palette. We're almost done. So let's make the event creation screen a lot better too. Please open the create events file. Alright, changes and improvements have been made in this updated code. First, better icon and label styling. The icons and labels in the list style for selecting date and time are given appropriate color styling from the custom color palette. Secondly, custom snack bar colors. The success and warning snack bars shown after creating an event are given custom text and background colors using the custom color palette. Number 3, elevated button styling. The elevated button for creating an event is given a custom background color using elevated.button.style from with palette primary 100, and the button text color is set to palette neutral 10. So overall, this updated code has more consistent color usage, better styled form elements, and improved layout spacing, making the event creation screen more visually appealing. And that's pretty much it. Let's have a final look and see what our app looks like now. I'll create a new account as well. So I'm going to create a new account. Awesome. And this is what our homepage looks like right now. We have here the event details. So go ahead and join. and you'll see in the joined events page, the event will be visible. The My Events page is empty right now, so let's go ahead and create our own event. Perfect. Try to switch to a different tab first and go back to the My Events page, and you'll see your newly created event. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and try to view all of the events that each user has created. You will notice that majority of the events have a join button in it, but when you scroll down a bit further and you will see your own event doesn't have a join button in it, and that's the way it has to be. That's it for our Flutter project. If you made it this far, great job to you. Let's proceed with the technology that I would consider the hero of our app, and that is Appright. So let's return to our Appright console and discuss a few things. Proceed to the auth section, and we can see our newly created account. Great. Let's proceed to our databases section and to the event collection. We can see all of the events that each user has created. Awesome. I haven't had the chance to explore all the features that Appright offers yet. However, I am looking forward to working on developing my app and take advantage of as many Appright features as possible. As a newcomer to mobile development, I've come to realize that working on backend technology is not as intimidating as I originally thought. It's clear that 90% of our time is spent building our app, rather than struggling with backend technology. Appright enables us to concentrate on creating our app by providing us with the services we need, without the need for complex processes, and I really appreciate that. So as we wrap this series on app development, it's crucial to remember that you're not alone in this journey. There are numerous resources available that can provide guidance, inspiration, and community. The first one, of course, is the Appright's official website. Learn more about Appright's features and how they can help you in your app development process. The second one, Appright's comprehensive documentation. This is your go-to guide for understanding how to use Appright. It covers everything from getting started guides to detailed API references. And we have the Appright's GitHub repository, so you can find the entire Appright codebase here. So feel free to examine the code, contribute to the project, or even fork it to create a version that meets your unique needs. And we have the Appright's Discord community. This thriving community is a great place to interact with other developers, ask questions, and learn more about how others use Appright. How cool is that? We have Appright's blog, and the blog contains various articles and tutorials related to Appright, so it's an excellent resource for gaining insights and learning new techniques. Appright's Twitter, so follow Appright on Twitter for the latest updates and news about the platform. Appright's LinkedIn, another platform to follow Appright for updates and news. And lastly, we have Appright's YouTube channel. So this channel features video tutorials and guides on using Appright. So go ahead and explore these resources, dive into the community, and see how Appright can transform your app development process. Again, I want to thank you for following along in this series with me. Until next time, happy coding!